The sun is out. A great afternoon for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, a good matchup here in the AFC. It's the LA Chargers and the Miami Dolphins. Here's Darius Davis to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll run here, and this is Hassan Haskins. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
First down, Chargers.
We met with these coaches during the week, Mike. They told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
Herbert now on first down. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Keenan Allen on that one, and it'll be second down.
Back in the day, Mike, you know how they decided who played offense and who played defense? The guys who caught the ball better played offense, and the guys who couldn't play defense. And now, that's obviously not the case anymore. But this is one of those that still gives defensive players a bad rap.
Now Herbert throwing on second down. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. They get 21 on that one. First down, L.A.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
On the carry, it's Haskins. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Jalen Phillips in on the stop.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second and 9. To throw, it's Herbert. That's caught by the tight end, Tyler Conklin. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
And it brings up third down.
Third and a yard. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Dicker's kick is good. And the Chargers will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return, Malik Washington. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
Washington on the return. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The lefty right to the air to start. This one caught by Waller. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Second and inches. From the gun, here's Tua. He gets it to the rangy tight end, Waller. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. First down, Miami.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Look wide, get this one complete, and they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 49-yard line.
They'll run here with the rookie. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
The tackle made back at his own 49.
So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. The Chargers out to the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this. The Dolphins in possession of the football. We begin the second quarter. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? As we are ready to get back underway. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
So on 4th down, it's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Back deep is Darius Davis. And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Chargers offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Herbert. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that play, 1 first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to double up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
How about this sequence to start the drive? Back-to-back good gains, 19 for this one.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Shotgun now for Herbert. Quick throw, slant, caught by Johnston. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
The receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Now whistles, play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in first and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
On play action now, Herbert. He finds the veteran Keenan Allen. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. 12 yards on that hookup. It's good for a Charger first down. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half.
Pick up of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Disley is the man in motion. From the gun, it's Herbert. It is brought in the end zone. Quentin Johnston. Touchdown Chargers.
Now remember back, Mike, their first drive, they had to settle for 3. So they definitely didn't want to have to do that again. So really solid drive from start to end, and they're finally able to cap it off with a touchdown.
Dicker, good with the extra point. And the Chargers are out to a 10-0 lead.
Nothing.
After the touchdown, here's Dicker out to send this one away. Washington now to return it. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tua. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To the air again, Tagovailoa gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Patterson's kick is good. And the Dolphins are on the board just before halftime.
By today's kicking standard, Mike, this is clearly a chip shot. I don't think there was a lot of question that he'd make this one. So nice job making sure you end the half on a high note, coming away with 3.
Three seconds, all that remain in this first half, as that one's away. He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision, as this ball comes out to the 35. The Chargers offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They had that field goal in the opening drive, the touchdown last time they had it. 2 drives, 2 scores, and here's drive 3. Herbert now on first down. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. Now ahead, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Handoff here with Haskins. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Throwing, Herbert. He'll get this complete left side to Johnston. And he'll be out of bounds, but he has the first down inside the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss.
At the 13-yard line.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Now, Herbert. Throwing right. That's Johnston. And that's going to move him closer, but they're going to need to come up with something here. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Herbert. And he's in. Matt McConkey. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Touchdown, LA.
Point after now from Dicker. He's got it. And the Chargers move out in front by the score of 17-3.
Dolphins 3.
after the touchdown. Here's Dicker out to send this one away. Here's Eskridge now to return it. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. He'll get this complete. Nick Westbrook-Akine. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he's going to be out of bounds at the 41. That is 14 for the second time. Back-to-back 14-yard gains and a first down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
And Mike, you know the best time to pick up first downs is? On first downs. Don't wait for 3rd down. We see it here. 3 plays in a row, 3 first downs on chunk plays, and this offense is rolling.
We'll get this into the hands of Devon Achane. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they...
And he will get into the end zone. Darren Waller. Touchdown, Dolphins. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive, because they've still got some work to do.
Makes the score, Chargers 17, Dolphins 10.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is Hassan Haskins to return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll run with Haskins. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
Now Herbert throwing on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. They couldn't hook up there as time has expired. The 3rd quarter has come to an end. This crowd into it now. as we get to third down. Herbert to throw. Open man is the tight end, Disley. 20-yard pickup there. And the Chargers have the first down.
First down, Chargers.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
A gain there of 20. First down, L.A.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Strong running there. Inside the 30. On the move with a gain of 9.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
Again, they'll go with Haskins. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Herbert to throw on 3rd and 1.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. They'll run for it. Wait a minute. A reverse. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down. The Dolphins offense ready for this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. Teammate is there to pick it up.
Fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off. That ball either needs to come out or it certainly needs to be protected.
They'll drop to throw. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Westbrook-Akine there. And it'll be 3rd down.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical 3rd down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got 3rd and 4th down. There's no punt, there's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end, and at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Again, working deep downfield. And that is hauled in on the right sideline. Right inside the chalk. A heck of a catch. The official right there to call it. You cannot go out of bounds and then be the first guy to touch it. So that draws the flag. Disley is the man in motion. On McGibb, Haskins. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to this second down play.
At the 18-yard line.
Kamani Vidal. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll take it with just over 90 seconds left on the clock. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Now Herbert. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
Little miscommunication there. Now brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
So here is Cameron Dicker. Dicker, the kicker, in a big spot. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Washington now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Dolphins offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Tua. He gets it to the rangy tight end, Waller.
Complete to Darren Waller. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 38-yard line.
It is 2nd and a yard. In motion, it's Waddle. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. This one high, over the middle, but complete. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
First down.
That's good for 27 and a 1st down.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets.
And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession. So they're still alive, but now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter.
17.
In need of a recovery and a quick field goal, here comes the onside kick. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not, but things are pretty much spoken for. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take over once more. And this one really all over but the shouting. One timeout left defensively, but there's no need to use it here. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So it's a win for the visiting Chargers. They were forced to travel cross-country. They get the early start, 10 a.m. on their body clocks. They're happy now. They come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.